spritzers from Tim Holtz. I went ahead and got one of each color, and I'm excited to try them out. I've never, well, nobody's used them except for those people that have ordered them so far, and Tim. So I'm excited to see how they work. I wanted to go ahead and try them, just experiment with them a little, and see if I got all this. I not only got these, but I'm going to move those out of the way. I got all of this clearance, 12 by 12 clearance paper, and they were only $2.39 per package, but that's quite a bit of paper. And I thought it might be fun, since this is just, you know, paper that some of it I probably won't like. I thought it'd be fun to take my spritzers and test them out on some of these papers, particularly papers I don't think I would really care for otherwise, because these packages were hard to see what was inside of them. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to be back in a minute. I'm going to pick out some of these papers that I think I want to spruce up a little bit, and we're going to test out the spritzers on these papers. Okay, I am back. I've opened all my spritz bottles, and I picked out some sheets to work on. So we will just get going. I have some stencils as well, so I thought it might be fun to maybe use a few stencils. They're hanging on my camera holder, so I'm sorry if this is wiggling the camera. I'm going to take all these off real quick. Okay. So it might be fun to put some design, you know, sparkly design, like this one maybe. This might be fun on here. And just see what happens. I haven't used these sprays yet at all. As you guys saw, I just opened them. So we are going to see what happens together. I'm going to try this one first because of the colors. It's picked raspberry. You guys can see that. And let's just get spraying. I do have some wipes to wipe things down as we go. I'm gonna dry it out. Let me try these ones. These ones are not so dried out. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's a bright pink. I like it. So, ooh, that looks pretty. And at first, I was told, I heard on the video that Tim Holtz did that you can't really see the shimmer until it's dry. So I will come back and review all these with you guys once they are all dry as well. So maybe I will do another color now. Now that we got that one on there, let's maybe try, there's some purple in here, so why don't we try violet, wilted violet. This one's wilted violet. First I'm going to wipe off my stencil, just so I'm not mixing those colors up with a baby wipe. And I don't mind if some of it gets on the paper. I'll just add more shimmer, right? Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to do some wilted violet. One thing I noticed right away is this has a lot of pigment in it. Uh-oh. I just splashed it everywhere. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. Actually, I don't mind this little dots that much because it's kind of a mixed media look. But this has, I think, a little bit of a leak in the lid. Okay, well, let's be careful now. So I went a little heavier with the purple. And we've got that. And then I'm gonna turn it around and just press it on like so. And that's the ghost print. And maybe one more ghost print. See what happens there. Let's see if we can even get another one. And another. These aren't really showing the whole design on all of this, but I like the little sprinkles look it leaves everywhere. So that's why I just kept on going with that. All right. And I will lay this one aside to dry for now and get another paper. Doesn't mean we're done with this. Ooh, I can already start seeing the shimmers. I don't know if you guys, how well you guys can see them. I'm hoping the camera picks them up. And it's not even all the way dry yet. So, pretty. Okay. Now, I thought we'd be fun to add some shimmer to this paper. We could add, I don't know if I want to add any stencils to this, but maybe, let's see if we can find a fun one. It might be fun to do some shimmers in a bee pattern, beehive pattern, since it's flowers. Kind of give it that bee, you know, bees like flowers. And I'm going to try this one. So it's a contrasting color, but there is yellow in here. So this is fossilized amber. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shake. Shake, shake, shake. It says to clean your nozzles right away. So I better hurry and clean my nozzles on these other two. So it's good to have some baby wipes handy. Or a wet cloth, either one, so that you can clean your stuff as you go. All right. I kind of want this to look more sparse. So, it doesn't really look like it picked up the pattern very well for that, but maybe if I do this, like a print, maybe that'll pick up more of the pattern. Oh yeah, see, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see a little bit of the pattern when you do the printing part of it. So when you spray, it doesn't seem to be showing that pattern on the bee one very much. But when you turn it around and print with it, you can definitely see a little bit of a pattern. So I guess depending on the stencil that you use, you may not get much of a pattern. And this is a very thin stencil. So maybe the thicker pattern stencils will do better as far as if you want an actual pattern from the Spritz. I'm thinking ones with more defined thicker lines, you know, probably give you better results as far as the pattern goes. But that's why we're doing this. We're experimenting to see what happens. So, all right, now let's try, I think I'm going to try another color and another stencil on this one. And I have lots of these sheets because this package that I got had a whole bunch of the same ones. So I can have fun on these and it's no big deal. Let me see, what do I want? Maybe I will go with, maybe I'll do the pink again since this is so pink, and see what pink on pink will look like. And I will do, let me see. No, none of those. Maybe I'll do this, just this. That might be fun, just to have some lines on there. Like this. That might be fun. Okay, we'll try that. Huh, this one seems to be leaking around the edge too, so that's maybe something that the manufacturers need to look at. Leaking into my lid, unless it came out the nozzle, but I cleaned the nozzle off before I put the lid back on. So you might want to store these upright because it seems to be kind of leaking around the edges here. Just FYI. Okay, so there's that. Ooh, and it just gives a light, really light pattern there. And then you could do the print with it. So when this is dry, it will be a really light pattern of shine and lines there. I think that'll look cool. So color on color pretty much keeps the same color, but it will give you a shine. And if you use a pattern, then you're gonna see the shine in the pattern that you use of the stencil. Okay. Now, I think I might just spritz a little bit, like, well, maybe I'll do, I think what I want to do is first wipe my nozzle off. See, here you go, here's your witness. I'm wiping it off, but I'm going to leave it sitting up. Hopefully, maybe I will use peacock feathers and try to aim it at these blue flowers a little bit. See what we get. Okay. All right, I'm gonna aim it at the blue flowers. Ooh. And again, I think it dries kind of clear even though it looks darker now. I think as it dries, it will be a lot clearer. I might be wrong. But I also might be right. Okay. One thing you can do is use a paintbrush and kind of get some of that up. At least I'm assuming you can. If it's too much, I have a handy dandy paintbrush here. And then I'll just paint it onto some other flowers. Spread it out a little. Spread the love. This is the fun of doing art, experimenting, seeing what happens. And if you don't like it, then do something else. Alright, so I think I'm going to call that good for now. Well, trying to see. Oh yeah, so when you pick it up, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that. Ooh, so I can see the beehive design there once it's dry, and when you put it in the light a certain way, you can see the design. So, and the print looks pretty cool too. So it actually did work better than I thought. It's just, it depends on how the light is hitting it. Hopefully you guys can see that. Maybe. It's hard to see, and then the lines down here. And again, it's not all the way dry yet, so I'm assuming it will probably be more pronounced once it's dry all the way. All right, we'll try another paper now. Now I'm gonna do this one. This one is really white, so what I'm gonna do with this one is no stencils. I'm just gonna add color to it. Trying to think what colors I should do. I think I'm gonna do some walnut stain on here because I think this black is almost a brownish color, so it might go well with it. Give it a grungy look. Grungy. Spritz look. Okay, let's see. Okay, doing that, and then maybe some barn door. Get some red in there. I keep forgetting to wipe off my nozzles, so that's why I have to go back and do that. I don't want to ruin my nozzles. Okay, I'm just mixing that mica or whatever it is, the pigment. I guess it's not mica, it's pigment. Okay, I'm going to do a little red. And then maybe I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off. Maybe, maybe some worn lipstick. Oh, this one's, on this one you can see all the pigment stuck on the bottom. And the ball didn't even want to move it first, so I have to give this one a good mixing. These kind of look like fallish colors right now. So that'll be pretty on a junk journal or in the fall journal. I like the worn lipstick. Alright, and then I will do I think I'll do more of the fossilized amber. So I want a golden color added to this. Kind of getting more of a fallish kind of look to it. I'm thinking I could always come back later and stencil some leaves on here maybe if I wanted to. All right. I think I'm gonna call this one good for now, because there's quite a bit of spray on it. I'm going to set it aside to dry. Go ahead and wipe up the table too. I'm running out of places to put them to dry though. Put it on the floor. Okay. Put it on the floor. Right. Get this all wiped off. Alright, so next one. Snowflakes. I'm gonna see, I'm pretty sure I have something that would go well with snowflakes. A stencil. Like it might be fun to put some wording that just shows up lightly, like Merry Christmas. That might be fun. So I'm going to do this one. So this stencil is Tim Holtz as well, and it's one of the Christmas ones. It says Merry Christmas, and then wish, and then like 25th, joy, season, Noel, peace. So it just has a lot of Christmas words on it. I'm going to go ahead and put it right about there. Can you guys see that? Maybe I'll bring my, okay. And then I'm going to use, maybe I'll use blue on this one. Weathered Wood or Uncharted Mariner or Peacock Feathers. Well, I'm thinking since there's a lot of purple in this area, I'm going to use a color that is going to be less contrasting, and it's going to just give a hint of those words. So I'm going to use the violet, wilted violet. And I'm going to give this a good spray everywhere because I want those words to really show when you tilt the paper. Okay. And I'm not going to do a print of this one because the words would be backwards. That makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that off of here. And you can't really see it, but again, the shimmer will show up when it dries, and then you'll be able to see it. I will show you the final result. So we did that in purple. Maybe we'll do some more wilted violet over here in this area. I'm probably using more than I need to. I'm kind of drenching it. All right. Carefully pick that up and wipe it off. Clean your stencils. Okay. Then, let me see what other ones I have. Well, this might be a pretty one. It's snowflakes. So, we'll do little snowflakes on it. And we'll do the snowflakes in the blue. Wrong side. There we go. Now this one I could probably do a print after I spray it. And I think I'm going to choose peacock feathers for this one. While I'm mixing this, I'll just show you guys. This one is really turning out nice. And if you can see all that shimmer on it, as the light hits it, it's really pretty and it looks pretty. I love the design on that background, because that background I feel like just needed more design on it. And now I love it. So I'm glad I did that paper. I'll probably do some more on those. Okay. Okay. This one I can do a little more random. And then I think I will go ahead and do a print right here. Right in the middle. And it's going to be a little contrast color. I don't know how well that will show up, but we will find out when it's dry. And it seems to show up better once it's dry. And these are, I'm making these like to just have a shimmer effect to them with maybe a little pattern. So I'm not going for all out pattern on top of pattern, you know. Okay, and then I'm going to do some more snowflakes, I think, right? I think maybe I'll go sideways like this. And I will use I think I'm going to use the picked raspberry again to go with that pink. Okay, so we got the picked raspberry there. And then I'm going to do another little print here. Not a big one, just a little one. Maybe right here. Maybe right here. Alright, I'll call that good. It's going to turn those snowflakes a little pink, and that's okay. I don't mind. Alright, and I think we will call this paper good. And I will come back with it when it's dry. Okay, now, all right, for this one, I I wanted to try the painting, using it kind of like a paint on here. So I'm going to be more intentional with this one rather than just spraying it. I have my handy dandy water here to rinse my brush off with. See, I knew I had a feeling I put the wrong lid on that one. It's all blue. Sorry. Okay. My fingers are getting a little bit shimmery, so if you're worried about that, I would wear gloves while you do this. I don't really care. I can always wash my hands after. So I'm not concerned about it. I know some people don't like that. So if it's something that would bother you, then I would wear gloves while you're doing this process. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray a little bit of Spritz over here. And then I'm gonna use my paintbrush and paint on the shimmer. So you don't really need a lot. Just real lightly paint it on. Oh, it seems to be wanting to just stay in one spot though. Maybe my paintbrush is too wet. Maybe I should dry that off a little. And then put a little here. Now I'm barely putting anything on it. So it doesn't take a lot from what I'm seeing, and this might be a little, this paper might be a little resistant to it because it is a little bit it doesn't feel very rough. So one thing you might want to do before doing this process is put some gesso on it, some clear gesso, if you want to go through all that. I don't mind if it dries a little more in one spot than another, because once it's dry, I don't think you'll be able to really tell that much. While it's wet and before it soaks in, yes, you can tell more. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit more that spray. You don't have to be Picasso to do this. You just are adding a little shimmer to each package with your brush. And it's in basically almost the same color as the package. So it's just going to add some shine when the light hits it certain ways. That's all it's going to do. Let's see if that's it. I think that's all I need for the red. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the pink packages. First I'm going to wipe my red off. I need a new wipe. That other one got pretty saturated fast. Okay, And then I'm going to do this one. I'll dry my brush off a little for between it rinsing it. And then I go in with some of this pink on these packages. And I'm doing it very light. I'm just going to go over the twigs because I don't think it's enough. It's transparent enough that I don't think it's going to affect the color of the twigs much. And this pink seems to want to absorb into the paper easier than the red did. I don't know why that is, but I'm happy with it. So this is a fun way, I think, to add shimmer to your papers. If you get some papers and you're kind of like, oh, I want it to sparkle a little. Christmas time's always a good time to add sparkle to things. You can get out your Spritz sprays and just add a little bit of sparkle to them. And you don't have to, you know, emboss them and everything. You just add a little bit of this. And I have a feeling I'm gonna like it a lot. All right, I need a little bit more. Oops, I am clumsy today. Okay. And my brush is kind of sticking out a little bit, making the lines go where I don't want them to. I hope you all can hear me okay. I'm not using my microphone today because this was kind of just a last minute thought. I just got my Spritz in the mail today, and I was excited to try them out, so I thought, why not film it and let you guys see how the experimentation goes, and if it goes well, I'll post the video, and if not, I don't have to post the video. Okay. There's a lot of these packages. Taking me a minute, so I mean, if you want to do something like this, you have to have a little bit of patience, or you could just add like every third package, add some sparkle. You don't have to do every single one, but of course I am. I'm probably not going to do the other colors. We'll just leave it at pink and red sparkle. Sparkle shine. Okay. It's more of a shimmer than a sparkle. So pink and red shimmer. That's a little more correct, saying that it's a shimmer. It gives a shimmer to all the packages here. So how is everyone's summer? Is everyone having a fun summer? What has everybody been doing? Anyone going on vacations? Comment below and let me know what you did for the summer. I'd like to hear. I have had a lot of challenges this year in our well, my family's had a lot of challenges. Like our brother passed away. Our father passed away last June. Then our brother passed away a couple months ago. And then I have a sister that her husband just had a stroke. And another sister, her husband got in a wreck. Not an auto wreck, but one of those quads. He was doing the quads with his son and wrecked it and broke his ribs, broke the wings on the spinal cord, a couple wings I guess, and punctured his lung. He's still alive though, so thank God for that. And then my niece found her mother-in-law, and she had died. And then my daughter, her husband's grandma's not doing well right now. Oh yeah, and my sister-in-law from my first marriage passed away this year as well. So there's just been a lot. 2024 has not been my year or my family's year. We've had a lot of stuff going on. But hopefully, you know, I know death is part of life and everybody dies, but it's just like everything happening and so close together. It's been a little overwhelming. So hopefully things will start looking up from here. That's what my prayer is anyways. And we won't keep having all these things going on anymore. So that's part of the reason why I haven't been crafting as much, because I've just been, you know, traveling and dealing with a lot. So I'm finally at a place where I think I can start crafting more, hopefully get more stuff up in my Etsy shop and have lots of projects for you guys. Okay, so that's that one, and when it's dry, I will bring it back to show you. Yeah, I like the little spots that have dried so far. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer on the spots yet, but yeah, it's already starting to shimmer in a nice way. So I'm gonna put that one aside. And I thought this would be fun to try something on. Now this one, I think I'll definitely do barn door on. And I think I want to try some kind of stencil just to break up the plaid a little bit. Maybe it would be fun to do some circles on it. That might be fun. We'll see. We will see. All we can do is try, right? See what happens. So I'm going to do the barn door first. And then I might try to do some of the different colors that are in the pattern paper. Okay, so I got that. And then I'm going to do a print of that over here. Another thing you could do is just, you know, go over the stencil with this. Really press it on there. I can see those circles really well. And I can kind of see those circles that are forming. They're a little harder to see from the Spritz, but I can see them, so that looks cool. All right, and maybe I'll go sideways. Well, no, I think because of the pattern, I like the up and down more. But maybe I'll come a little to the middle. Be a little more random this time. My sprays. And then maybe I'll do this. Okay. All right. So I'll wipe off my stencil. Might be fun to try some of the, that's not pale paint, but I thought I saw the linen one. Maybe I didn't. Oh, maybe we should try some Twisted Citron, because there's a little bit of green in there. Maybe that'll be a fun one to do. Shake it up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Okay. Does anybody remember that song? I'm telling my age. Okay. So now I'm going to try the Twisted Citron color. And then I'm going to print it right here, I think. Oh, did I already print there? I thought I did it up a little bit, but it's so hard to see. I can't tell. Oh, I did print there. Okay, so maybe I will print right in between these two prints. Let's see how it goes. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe my stencil off. Okay. I'll have to hold it up just to see if I want to do anything else to it. You know, I think I want to do some more of the Twisted Citron. Maybe somewhere around here, like maybe right here. Let's get the edge here, just because I think it would add to the balance a little. And maybe a little bit of a print here. And it might be my stencil. Okay. I think that's good. And I'm going, I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer is already starting on there, but I'm going to put it down to dry. And let's see what else we've got here. You know, the other ones I picked, I don't know that I want to do. So I'm going to come back once these are all dry and I will show you all the results. Hello everybody, I am back with some results for you. So this is, I did before and afters so that you guys can see the contrast and better on the difference of what the Spritz, the Distress Spritz made, putting them on the papers. So this is what it looked like first, the first one. And this is how it looks now. And I hope you guys can see that shine when you move the paper. I did get my studio light out so that hopefully it will shine on that for you and you guys can see that. But I do like the way this one turned out. I don't know if you remember, but I think it was I used worn lipstick in this one, and I believe, I would have to go back and look, but I believe I used fossilized amber, and I also think I used red, or barn door. So the worn lipstick, when I was spraying it, originally looked kind of, it just didn't look as pink, but once it's dry, it looks very pink. The barn door is very true to color. It has that red barn door look to it. I think I used also, I want to say, which one was it? For the brownish color. Maybe it was the fossilized amber. No, it wasn't that. The fossilized amber, I believe, is the gold one. And maybe, I'm just looking at all my distress sprays here to see which one I think. Oh, I think it was walnut stain. Yes, it was. The brown, the more, it's the brown, the walnut stain almost looks gray on here. Like a brownish gray color. And that might be because of the contrast with the other colors. It's just making it appear that way. So yeah, you've got that comparison to white versus this. And you could always iron your papers later if you want them to look real straight again. I haven't ironed mine. But okay, on to the second one. I love that result, by the way. If you do iron your papers, I would put something in between them, whether it's a towel that you don't care about or some baker's paper or something like that. I wouldn't iron straight on to this because you're going to get a little bit of residue and you don't want that on your iron. Anyways, this one, I didn't have another one of these. I only had one, so I couldn't do a comparison for you. But I can still show you the results. I don't know how well you guys can see the shiny stuff. But it does show up pretty good. One thing I will probably do is cut this for different tags and stuff. So it doesn't matter to me that much that there is a straight line because of the stencils that I used. But that has really nothing to do with the spray. That has to do with the fact that I used stencils that have straight lines. So if you used a bigger stencil that covers your whole sheet, obviously you won't get those straight lines in between. But it's kind of hard to avoid that with a spray because the spray is going to kind of go wherever it wants to go. You can try aiming it, but it's still going to give you those more definite lines. So, but I do like, even on the snowflakes, you know, that they show through still and it still gives them color, and I don't know, I like it. Then there is this one. This is the before. I think this one, the result of this one was my favorite out of all of them. But this was the before, and then this is the after. So it kind of has a matte look to it. This it was the purple was the wilted violet, and when you're looking at it laying flat, it has kind of more of a matte look to it, but then when you move it, you see that shine and shimmer. So, and I love the way the design turned out on this one and everything. So I just really like the results of this one. So this is, again, before and after. So nice way to spruce up your papers that are kind of, you know, this is nice background too, but if you want to just spruce it up a little, make it more of a wow, you know, effect in an easy way, the Spritz works really well for that. Now this one, I mean, it's not that I hated this one, but I think this is such a bold pattern that I just don't feel like the Spritz was the best thing for trying to do anything to this particular pattern. And I think this pattern's beautiful all by itself. So with that being said, here is the result. Now what I did like was, if you remember the print, when I would do the secondary print and I just turned the stencil over. So this is the result of the first one where I spritzed the stencil of the beehive pattern. And if you look at the paper just right, you can see the pattern. But on this particular paper, I liked it better just getting the lines. So when you print it on the other side of the beehive, so it might be good to do this one on like more of a plain paper if you wanted just the beehive print on a more subtle look, but you can see it. It just doesn't cover those flowers much, and it still looks beautiful. And if you can remember, I tried to do the painting on the blue flowers. Again, they turned out all right, but I feel like the blue did cover them up a little bit more than I wanted. And when you lay them down flat, it kind of looks rough. So I don't know that I liked doing the flowers with it. So I guess it's just your preference. If you want to make it look more grungy, then, you know, use it on the flowers. But if you want a more elegant look on the flowers, then I would say don't put it directly on the flowers. Do maybe something like this that's real simple and subtle but pretty. So that's what I think about the flower paper. And then we had the print. So this is how it looked before. Again, this is after. And it's very subtle, kind of like the beehive print. You can see that when you know, bend it to the light better. You can see the shimmer. The secondary print didn't work real well. It just looks more like splatters, I guess. It did work right here. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. But, you know, if you want to grunge up your plaid a little bit, so that's before and after, and have it also a little shiny, that might be fun. And then we have the Christmas package print. So this was before, and this one I just painted on each package that I wanted to put it on. So before and after. So what it did do, the pink did make the pink look darker on each pink package. The red, it didn't really do a whole lot to the red, but when you again, it looks kind of matte when it's flat like this, but when you bend it to the light, you can see that shimmer. So it's a very subtle effect, but effective. It's fun. So, you know, if you want to take the time to do that, then I say do it. So anyways, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little experiment, and I will be back other days with more experiments as we use these Spritz sprays and other things on my channel. So come again, click that like button and that subscribe button, and keep checking in and seeing if there's anything new. I do encourage you to go back and look at old videos. I've gone through how to make a journal in steps in several videos, how to make tags, how to make paper clips, decorative paper clips. There's quite a bit on my channel already, so if you are interested in any of that, then I suggest you just kind of look around and watch some more videos. Anyways, have a good day. Thanks for coming. Bye.